Checkered flags out. P11.
Yeah,
So
just couldn't do anything there.
that was mostly clean.
I somehow ended up with completely reset audio settings.
All
And I
right.
had to fix them.
Watch out for the funnel.
We're at Red Bull Ring for the third round of the GTR-2 Redux Series here for
Good luck.
ESR.
Have fun.
And it's gonna be a fairly big one. What's our fuel? 2.4. 2.4 for lap. We'll go 89.5 seconds. 13 lap count. 33.6 liters plus 1 lap is going to be... It's going to be about 36 liters. Alright. And I also have the decision of doing...
20 minutes. Alright, Michael, stay calm.
Of
Focus.
doing hard tires for the second race, maybe.
Go, go, go!
Car right.
I think I turned Discord
Hold
off,
your
so
line.
you may or may not hear the lads.
Hold your line.
Into Castrol
Hold
Edge
your
we
line.
go!
Clear right.
Incredibly tough corner. That,
All right.
Ramus,
Still
Rint,
there.
and Red Bull
Hold your line.
Mobile are going to be the big
Clear right.
track cut points.
On your right.
Around the outside.
Hold your line.
That was not a lunge
Still
as
there.
it was. There's just cars in my way that I
Clear
couldn't turn
right.
in on. Glenn Cavus up
See
ahead.
right front locking into turn 2.
BMW of Sean Zulu on my tail.
On your right. Clear right. On your right. Clear right.
Zulu trying to get up the inside. Don't blame him. I left it open. Brake a little early here because this car does get... I don't know about the others, but this car gets very unsettled through Rouch. And it's not hard to lose the car there. Didn't get the tire temps where I wanted them here. The OMI, which is outside, middle, and inside for those of a non-racing parlance. Where I want them. But they're hot enough. There's no tire that's like cold the whole lap or anything. And it didn't feel too bad, so hopefully all that does is cost me a little bit of time as opposed to a major moment. Mike Stofmeel, of course, arrived late and took pole. He's probably up in front, I would imagine, as I cannot see his name. I've held 11th place. I have to keep an eye on the tires because this is the first round of the season where I think the tire deg is high enough to really justify hards in race 2. We've seen some other people utilize them, but
You're locking your right front into turn 3.
at the same time, I'm in a group of very similarly paced cars. You can see the cars ahead of me are not really getting away. I'm kind of leaving Cabas a little bit of room because I haven't developed a comfort with Cabas yet. That's not something against him. He's just new to the community. We lost Serge Hendricks. That's a shame. Serge has been a good addition to the grid. Brody Steen, fastest lap.
That lap was a
30.3
130.40.
for me.
Sector 2 is 0.8 off the pace.
A little slow. I'd like to be in the 29s. But we are a tad heavy on fuel right now. Although, not really. Too deep, too deep.
On your right. Clear right.
We'll be warned about track limits.
And that unfortunately
You're locking
lets
your right front going
Sean
into turn
Zulu
2.
through.
Oh, Michael, come on, mate, defend your position.
I can't
Incident
defend my
in sector 2,
position
sector
off
2 is
track,
yellow.
crew chief. Come on.
On your left. Clear left.
Setting a good example for the people.
Car left.
Plus, I had that nicely set up for
Still
Schloss
there.
Gold. Oh!
Hold your line.
That's a
Clear
little
left.
edging from
The gap to
Zulu.
Tobin behind is now
But fair play.
0.6.
It's going to be that kind of a fight. I'm fine with it. My general rule for dogfighting in racing is I will do to you what you do to me, more or less. I mean, to a point. Obviously, someone obliterates me. This is not a eye for an eye type thing. But if you're going to race me
Fastest lap
real
for
tight, I'm going to
Stofmeel,
return the favor.
128.41.
Got a way better run off that turn.
P12.
You can overtake
Left side. On your left.
into the
Clear
castle
left.
edge.
Right side. Clear right.
But not if you do what I did.
Car right.
And that messed it up, and give Tobin a
Clear
run.
right.
Probably was a little too aggressive. I don't know if that was really on.
Okay, Michael, the next car is Tobin.
Thing was is that I think Ramus was my next real chance, and Ramus has been a weak turn for me. Both from just getting it right and staying on track and a speed standpoint. I don't think it's really a weapon in my arsenal.
Car right. Clear right. Right side. Clear right.
Tobin is
Keep
very
pushing,
slow
you might
through
get in
Schlossgold. There's nothing
It's
wrong
all
with
over
that,
you.
of
Keep your
course.
exit speeds up, stay smooth. The car ahead is Baz. We're seeing right front locking into turn 3.
But it cost me a spot to Federico Vaz. Luckily this is not ACC, because ACC that might have damaged Tobin. RaceRoom, I'm fairly willing to say that that's not going to really impact the race in any way, outside of freeing up Vaz to do his thing. Vaz is very out of position, I must say. Don't have nearly the run I had last time.
P14.
On your right. Clear right. Car right.
Man, he
clear
is
right.
slow into that turn. Tobin, you and I have got to talk about your braking
Into
points.
turn 1. Come on, Michael, don't let him get away.
That's Schlossgold and Castrol Edge that he is super slow into. That's inviting a dive bomb. Because, I mean, avoiding contact there ended up being
You're looking your right front going
absolute
into turn
biatch.
2.
Now I got Scott Nick ahead of me. And I never lived that down. I mean, I am on pole for race 2, so there's that nice thing. But that'll also be a thing that'll
is now 0.9.
probably impact my decision on tires, is where am I starting the long race from? Because if you're at the front, it's easier to make that decision to go hards, because you're just really kind of playing a tire relief game. You don't have to catch anybody.
That's a new fastest lap for Stofmeel, 128.33.
Could also, of course, be just that the BMWs in general have to
P15.
brake a bit early. Because I did sneak up on... no, it was Cabas that I did try to Castrol. And he's in a Corvette like me. It'll be interesting if I get near another BMW outside of Tobin to...
Car left.
A little surprised I can outbrake
Hold your line. Clear left.
the rough into Schlossgold, though, because
Well done, Michael. Good
Good.
pass. Nice front.
By my understanding, be a good turn for him. If I sing along... Why do I have that song stuck in my head? It's not
New fastest lap for Stofmeel.
even a good song.
128.18.
God damn it, Mike Stofmeel. Why are you so fast? That's almost leaderboard level times in the race. Just, wow.
Don't let this guy distract you. 14th.
I haven't broke the 130 mark yet. It's definitely there to be had. So Zulu, Vaz, Tobin ahead. All are within striking distance. About half the race to go. And behind me, it's really just Scott
Right
Nick keeping
side.
me company.
Clear right.
And Cole McRae is catching us like a rocket out of hell.
Come on, don't let him get away. You're locking your right front into turn 2.
Car right. Clear right.
Okay, Michael. 10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left.
I had to
Yellow
avoid
flag,
him.
Stay sharp.
And that, importantly, puts me
Green
outside
flag,
of the reverse grid. You know, being able to break
Gap
late
to
into
Hurst
slot gold
behind is increasing. It's
is
now
a
2.6
blessing,
seconds.
but it's also
Locking your front going into
a
turn
curse. I gotta get my tires to clean themselves here. I broke the car. Go. You brake too early in that turn. Didn't actually break the car, but I don't want Scott Nick waiting for me or anything. That would just be rude. He's yelling at me to get back in it. Cole McRae is going very slowly here.
3. P16.
Could just be the result of it off. But I don't know. That body language on that car suggests problems? We'll see. It's slow in a straight line in general, the P45 that he's driving. Should be a demon through some of the turns, although it doesn't deal with curbs particularly
You've got half
well.
your fuel left. The gap in front is now 1.0.
Generally thought to be one of the worst cars. So this has been a bit of a disastrous race. Mostly just due to some performance deltas at some really inopportune times, and some just straight flat-up mistakes. I've messed up Ramus twice, for example. But, also some evasive action. Putting me in bad places. But could land me pole, because Cole currently has the reverse grid pole. Still only ahead of Zach Wolf, who has a new wheel. So hopefully we see
Sector
him
1 is 0.9.
rapidly
Off the
move
pace.
up the grid. He's apparently using some kind of op-brand wheel, which had like not even a full like movement ability. So I expect he'll improve in leaps and bounds in the coming races.
Yellow flag,
Oh,
green flag, sector
Cole.
2. Okay, Michael, you've got 10 minutes of fuel remaining. Incident clear, green flag.
I still don't know. What did Cole have something? What do you guys think? Did Cole have something wrong with his car that explained the really very odd body language he had going on there? Or what? I don't know. It seemed very. He dropped way off of Scott Nick. Like when he overtook me, he was within a second and a half of Scott, and he dropped back to like 6+ behind in a relatively short period of time. And it's not like I was catching him like a rocket or anything, but he definitely seemed to be acting funny. This will be my first sub
P15. That lap
130.
time was 129.75. That's your fastest lap today.
Need a lot more of those today.
The gap ahead is now 5.7.
Although, I mean, at best, maybe Scott's in play. We know Scott's got some slowish areas. But I'd have to make up more than a second a lap. He'd have to run some like mid 130s, high 130s for me to... High 130s, actually, at the very least, for me to get him. You can see I make up quite a bit of ground on him through slosh gold, but we knew that. From the evasive movement that had to be done. Evasive
All right,
maneuvers.
Michael, 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes left.
Okay. This lap is giving me a lot of thought on the matter. I'm going faster. He does appear to be losing the better part of a second, if not a full second. I think more than a full second, actually. I think we started the gap at over 6, and it's down to, we'll call that 4.5.
That was 129.45. That's your best lap in this session. Sector 3 is 0.5 off the pace.
It's actually only a little bit off my pole, or my qualifying time. Not surprising, the tires are still doing fairly well, and we're at that low fuel stage. Projected 4 laps left. So I still need to average more than a second faster than Scott Nick to even get close to him. Tire wear has not been too bad. I mean, I wasn't expecting like tires to go red in this race or anything. It's a 20-minute race, little sprint. But I was expecting to be in a little bit more trouble. Which suggests that soft tires may be possible. The pace delta is about a second. Between hards and softs.
Okay, Michael, you're reeling this guy in. The gap's now
At fresh.
3.4.
Of course, that
Pretty
will
slow through turn 3.
close over time. So we were at 4.5. It is down to
We've gone out of track limits. Keep it between the lines.
3.5, although I screwed up that last turn. So let's call that 4 seconds. Which is not enough. I needed to take a full second out, and I got a half second. Though, my mistake did show how you can lose several tenths in one corner. So, a Scott Nick mistake could still bring me back into play. Still bad results. I never like it when I go backwards. Because I'm in general not a good qualifier. So
that's 5 minutes of fuel left.
I haven't mastered the blazing 1 lap ability. And it shows in like my statistical analysis of performances. The average pace tends to be where I'm. The average pace tends to be where I'm closest to the big guns. Not the best lap
Sector
or
3
the
is yellow. 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes.
or the qualifying effort. So
Sector 3 is clear.
to go backwards, it's not a good feeling. The car had just maybe a top 10 in it, and I've let it down. Did close by over a second there, but I now need about 1.5 seconds a lap, and I don't feel like that's really going to be in play. But he is getting larger in my screen here.
15th place.
Good time to bust out a personal best first sector. Need more of those. And by that I mean just like PBs in general. I have taken like over a full second out of this lap.
On your left front.
Close to the 1.5 seconds I was talking about needing. Bad second sector though. Good overall lap though.
Last lap. Very little fuel left.
That's the illegal lap.
Okay, Michael, we've just cut the track.
So we won't get a lap time. But the gap is 1.2 seconds. Took more than that out of him last lap. It is doable. But this needs to be my lap of the race. And that's a catch and overtake. And without most of the good overtaking opportunities being within striking distance. Because Federico Va is apologizing to somebody. He's dropped back to 13th. Mike Stofmeel, your winner. Looks like somebody was with him at the end. Brody Steen, maybe? Didn't catch him. Oh, Brody Steen. Sean Kenny on the podium. Shout out to Sean. Found the frequency. Martin Edmonds, Chris Johnston in the mix there. It's a very OG top 5. And not gonna have it.
P15, that's the end of the race. Bad luck, mate.
Caught him, but was unable to overtake. It's a disappointing race, despite a reasonably good result. I'm going to turn the Discord on so you guys can hear that. Tends not to be a ton of talking. Okay, how... Projecting 27 laps.
I guess starting on pole.
Might work. I'm gonna
I did that for him.
Oh, I did it myself. Although you're slow ass assisted.
Yeah. I cannot get to that. I cannot get through turn 4 without locking up, so I go so slow through it.
Yeah, I'd have known that I would have dove up the inside.
Yeah, you did good that first time.
Oh, my game's just crashed.
Oh no!
It's gonna be about 70 liters. Do we go 72? I think we probably go.
Sorry there, Rich. The car didn't seem to want to
Yeah, we'll go
decide if
70.
it was understeery or oversteery. I never knew what was going to happen next.
Softs or hards?
My God. Although we had a pretty good bout, you and I, for a few turns there. That's going to be on the replay, I hope, because it was
I'm going to go
epic.
softs.
It's literally why we do this.
There,
Get
Chris,
a
sorry, I
gamble
was a
on the
mess in
softs.
front of you.
What are you talking about? I wasn't even
40
close
minutes.
to you.
I felt
Get
a
ready.
mess.
Have fun, guys.
I'm up front with
Long
the
race, take it easy.
the two Falcon Porsches.
Go.
Or roughs as they're called.
Right side. Clear right.
I'm gonna go wide. Semi-intentionally there, because that looked like there was gonna be some problems on the inside. Between Tobin and Vaz and Nick. Yeah, Scott Nick got shuffled backwards. That was not intentional.
On your right.
Yellow flag.
Clear right.
Green flag, all clear.
The Corvette is
Okay,
one
John?
of,
Your
is
right
one of
front
the
into
worst
turn
cars,
two.
I think, in terms of cold brake performance.
Right side. Clear right.
Damn it. I just tapped John Sprigg.
You're locking your right front going into turn 3.
The admin's violating the comms rules now. Supposed to be setting a good example, Martin. I'm not actually talking to him. I'm just yelling at the air. Okay, so I know Tobin is slow into slosh gold from last race. Might be a little slow under braking
P2.
in general. BMWs also have a hard time taking the full curb there. But I also have to worry about Vaz and Zulu on my ass.
On your right. Clear right.
And Stofmeel's coming through.
Well, that was ugly.
That
So
was a little bit.
really, I have to worry about Stofmeel, who's already up from 15th to 5th.
Oh my god. Sandwich, watch out, guys. Oh my
This is
god.
tough.
Car right. Clear right.
Again?
Right side. Clear right. Car right. Clear right.
Come on, Michael.
Okay, we
Don't
live.
panic,
Sorry,
we'll
Andrew.
get it back.
No, it's
Right,
bad.
the guy ahead of us is Vaz.
You know, the weird thing is that Slosh Gold feels like a corner that I'm not good at,
On your right.
but apparently I am.
Still there. Hold your line. Hold your line.
I've got better drag out of
Hold
the
your
work
line.
curve.
Still there.
Go a little late on the brakes.
Still there.
He's still there.
Still there. Hold your line.
Fair play.
Clear right.
Physical but fair.
P3, sector 1 is quick, sector 2 is 0.8, off the pace, sector 3 is 0.9, off the pace.
Got some help
Right
from
side.
Sean Zulu holding up Mike Stopmill, but here
Hold
he
your line.
comes. We are not even going to really
Hold your
resist
line.
that.
Hold your line.
I'm also not going to
Still there. Clear right.
give him the position.
Car right.
I'll go a little deeper
Clear
into
right.
Ramus. I really don't
Sorry,
want to fuck
Martin.
with that.
That's okay. I think Andrew took the worst of it. Sorry, Andy.
Okay, Michael, the next car is Stofmeel.
I do not want to let Zulu through. Beat me last race, and he is a championship rival. Not for like a trophy, just for like a position. Not likely to resist. Well, you know what? On this track, I feel like I can resist Richard DeRoche.
Defend your position, don't let him through. They're quicker than you, entering turn 1.
Stop Mills. Federico Vaz is just kind of holding Stopmill up and himself. Which is fine, because I'd love another chance at Vaz.
Yellow flag in sector 3. Fastest
My
lap
God.
for Tobin,
Sorry, man.
30.49.
3 taps on this
P4.
fucking lap.
In the 31s right now. I think 30s is probably the goal right now.
Oh my god.
Sector 3 is clear.
I never know how to handle another admin using the comms a lot. Do I tell him to shut up? Because, like, it's kind of weird. Like, if that was anyone else, I'd tell him to shut up. Zulu's back in front of DeRoche. So that's
The gap to Baz ahead is increasing. It's now 0.9.
delaying my
Seeing
decision
right
on
front locking
Richard.
into turn 3.
Do I fight him? Do I not fight him? And it lets me look at the man in front, Federico Vaz, because a podium is still possible here. Can't compete with Stofmeel. But Tobin's kind of coming back into play. And he'll defend hard because he's in the lead, and I don't blame him. There we go, this will be a
That's
130.
new fastest lap for Stofmeel, 129.31. You've
Nearly
just
a
done
135.
130.09.
Stofmeel's going for the lead. Tobin defending into Remus. Or Remus, I suppose. Is that what this should be called? DeRoche got back past Zulu. We'll see if he stays there this time. Nope, Zulu got him again.
Stofmeel is now leading.
Stofmeel takes the lead at Slosh Gold. Not surprising. We know Tobin is a little slow there. This will be a sub 130. Need to be careful not to take too much out of the tires, though. We're about a quarter of the way through the race. We're less than a quarter. About a fifth of the way through the race. I've used up 10%. That'll put us at 50% at the end of the race. Won't be too bad.
That was a
But it's not good either.
130.08.
So, keep it clean, keep it neat. Brake a little early. It's a long race to go. As long as Tobin and Vaz are more or less in shot. And they had a battle last race, so there might be a little heated between them. I did contact Tobin in race 1, though. So he might be a little heated with me as well. I'm going to adopt like a 1... I'm usually braking about like 110 for Slosh Gold. I'm going to go like 120. 130 now. It's easier on the tires. And should avoid these two cars that I know are kind of weak in a Slosh Gold. And then if I need to, I can pull out the normal braking point to try to make an overtake happen. Got a bit wide there. Oh.
Stewards have warned us about
Tobin's
track
got
limits. Keep it
really
between
high.
lines. New fastest lap for Stofmeel.
That's a very...
128.71.
It's very weird to see Tobin with such a bad ping. He lives just a little bit to the south of the admin. Although I now have Richard roaring up behind me. And no longer encumbered by Sean Zulu, who has been overtaken by John Barker for 6th place.
You're locking your right front into turn 2. You're locking your right front
Of course,
going
the
into
question
turn
is
3.
who's on hard and who is gambling with me on the softs. to 86%. Not actually trying to make a move there, just was a little bit worried about tapping Tobin. Vaz is escaping. Admittedly, I don't really see myself fighting Vaz.
Fastest lap for Stofmeel, 128.64.
Man is a race winner.
Alright, Michael, don't let this guy distract you. They're quicker than us entering turn 2. Your lap time was 130.55.
Oh, Vaz made a mistake, got a little curb. Also watching the gap back to John Barker. He's going quite quickly right now in his BMW.
Damn it.
Keep doing that.
Something happening between Sean Kenny and Chris Johnston further back. Not often I get to say Sean Kenny and Chris Johnston further back, if we're being honest. They finished 3rd and 4th in race 1, but unlike Stofmeel, have not come flying through the grid. Brody Steen also hasn't, which is a bit surprising. Brody Steen's good at coming through the grid.
That's a new fastest lap for Stofmeel, 128.54.
29.99. I think Stofmeel went softs. It's a little nudge from Richard Hiroshi. I got on the brakes too earlier. That's my fault. Fuel is good. Tires are questionable.
Right side. Clear right.
We're seeing right front locking into turn 2.
They're still fine right now, but they are getting cold. That might help their lifespan, but are going to give me some bad laps as Federico Vaz goes off. That's 3rd place.
Watch out.
Bit dodgy.
It looks like Baz has binned it in turn 3. P3.
That is definitely not turn 3 that he binned it in. Unless... Well, I mean, I guess, if you're only considering Castrol, Remus, and then Slosh Gold to be turns, and ignoring the kink, which admittedly I do ignore as a turn because it's just full throttle.
Baz has retired from the race.
Oh,
Sector 2
no.
is clear. Okay, Michael, you're reeling Tobin in. The gap is 0.22. That lap time was 130.22.
Ugh, Tobin is slow into Castrol. And it's costing me
You got me
because
guessing, John.
Make them do the work.
Richard
They're faster than us
is...
in
I'm
turn
trying.
1.
Richard's very fast.
On your right. Hold your line.
In there.
Clear right.
He's through. Yeah.
Come on, don't let him get away. The gap to Barker behind is now 0.9.
Working in my favor is the fact that P45 won't be fast at certain sections of the track. And as such, my more powerful engine should give me a hope. And additionally, Tobin's slow entry to a lot of turns makes him actually very difficult to overtake because you're worried about hitting him. I know I was. And it took Vaz and Stofmeel a while to get around him as well. This will be one such example of the P45's weaknesses.
Sector 2, P4.
Left side. Hold your line. Clear left.
That was a bit of a dive bomb.
We've had a
We're
cut
not going to
warning.
push
Keep
that.
it tidy.
Car right. Clear right.
That was bad driving. Sorry, Richard.
Kill him with fire.
The car in front of us is Barker.
Lost a spot to Barker. Not good. We're still a ways up on Edmonds. And Spriggs, who are traditionally faster than me. Yeah, tire wear has been reduced the last couple of laps. So, I think the sauce will make it. Problem
The gap to
is...
Barker ahead is increasing. It's now 0.9. You're locking your
It's
right
'cause
front
they're cold.
into turn 3.
That has bought Tobin some time up front. Which is not
Keep it within the track limits.
altogether bad. It's not what I meant to do. That was meant to be an overtake of Richard, albeit an aggressive one. And it's a very tempting one, though. That's the spot where his car is at its weakest. The approach to Castrol. He's actually fairly quick through Castrol itself. But if you can...
P5.
kind of force him off the line, you can get him. But that involves braking rather late.
Crap.
You're locking your right
What
front.
happened? You
going
weren't turning
into
for the
turn
corner.
I completely missed it.
Okay.
I downshifted too late. Lost a lot of distance there. My bad.
Martin made a mistake that has put him and John further behind. That's good for me.
That was horrible.
5th place is still my best result of the season. It's not the win you hope for when you're on reverse grid pole. It's not even the podium you hope for. But it is still a very worthwhile result. And aside from a terrible first lap, there's not a lot I would change. I mean, the execution of the overtake attempt on Richard, but at the same time...
I'll make a pit stop in a bit, see if that makes it interesting.
Gotta love it.
Stofmeel can make a pit stop.
Sure, how long they take in GT2?
Pretty quick. You changing tires?
Put hearts on, please.
Not sure what Andrew
Mandatory
actually
pit
said.
for the top 10.
The gap to Barker ahead is now
Comms
1.0.
discipline! The comms don't disturb me, I just know that it
Sorry, I had to get the shoulders out there.
does disturb others. Oh, Edmonds has dropped behind Spriggs.
Oh, it's getting slippery now.
We're seeing right
Oh
front
yeah,
locking into
I nearly
turn
lost
3.
it then.
I worry much more about Spriggs than I do Edmonds. Edmonds tends to destroy his tires,
Your left front has a bit of wear.
and thus would be a prime example of someone who probably is on the hards.
It's going wide now
The lead up
everywhere.
Stofmeel is
My
pitting.
God.
Well, that'll put Tobin in the lead.
You've just done a 130.26. Okay, Michael, your lap times are pretty consistent.
Quite consistent, but Spriggs is coming. Not at anything like a
That's 20
second a
minutes to
lap
go.
or anything,
Halfway
but a
home.
couple tenths.
Fuel looks good. We think that Wolf has gone off in turn 4. Green flag, sector 2.
Where's turn 4 to them? I guess that'd be
Your front tyres have got minor wear.
Roush would be turn
You're locking
4.
your right front into turn 2.
Welcome to the ride, Chris.
Because this
Richard was in it last race.
This is supposedly that it's this is supposedly turn 3.
Martin, what are your tires at?
Messed up. Yeah, I'm going wide every turn almost now. They fell off it.
Does feel like I can't really make consistent
P4.
inroads now. And with the tires at 70%, mostly the fronts are the problem. Backs will be fine.
You cut the track. Keep it
And
nice
it
and tidy.
seems like unlikely that I will, but it could
Gap 2
be.
I just
marker
love watching
in
these
front is
cars
now 1.7
take away on
seconds.
me on the straightaway.
That's why you don't pick the rough. Believe me, I almost picked the rough. It's a really nice car.
You've used half your fuel.
It's got great sound. It's it was the most fun to drive of the 5, but
Spriggs is reeling you in. The gap's now 1.6.
yeah, I know.
Quicker than you entering turn 1. You're locking your right front going
Imagine
into
he's quicker
turn
than
3.
me everywhere. Spriggs is in a BMW, which is a nice and balanced car, and he's one of, in my opinion, the best drivers in the field. Oh, Richard looking for it. Richard led a chance for victory at Suzuka West in the reverse grid race really slip away.
Okay, Michael.
So I
gone out
imagine
of track
he is-
limits. Keep it between the lines.
Not interested in doing that again. .5 more or less illegal lap. Still closer to Tobin than Spriggs is to me, or to Barker than Spriggs is to me, but it's
The fastest lap for Stofmeel, 128.
that could end in
148.
pairs. They just sort it out. I'm coming, so's Spriggs. I'm bringing Spriggs and Chris
The
Johnston
gap
with
to
me.
Barker ahead is now 0.8.
Spriggs must have made a mistake. He's off the back a little bit now. Oh, legal lap.
Uh-oh, this isn't going to be good.
It's not drivable right now. I'm sliding everywhere.
DeRoche and Tobin touched. Not sure whose fault that is.
Okay,
It's
Michael.
like
Next
I
car
think I
is
got
Tobin.
one wing or zero.
As soon as I pulled out from you, you took off. That was crazy.
Again, that's the car you picked. Alright, up onto the podium I go. Stofmeel's back in 12th. No idea how far back that is.
15 minutes remaining. 15 minutes to go.
Tobin and I got
Keep
lost
doing
it there.
Don't be pressured. Keep your exit speeds up.
I think ironically my being really safe through Schlossgold has given me extra tire life, but I think it's actually a big part of why I have such cold tires. Because I think a lot of the heat you generate on this lap comes from that turn. And I've been taking it so easily. It's given me a completely different heat cycle. Oh, damn you, Tobin. Tobin is a hell of a defender, I must say.
P3.
I was trying to trick him into going too wide there, but in hindsight, it was a bad move because now I got Sprigs on me. I imagine we will see Tobin and Richard's accident to the stewards, I would think.
You're locking your right front
Not
going
my
into
business.
turn
One of them should report it. Possibly both. I didn't get anywhere near a good enough look at it to offer a professional opinion.
That's good consistency. Keep it up.
It's a shame that I just don't. I don't
Sector 1 is
trust
yellow.
anyone, and this is not a negative on drivers because I think
D has gone off in turn 1.
the level of trust
Yellow
required
flag,
for a
sector 3.
move into Castrol Corner is huge. Oh, Daroche comes sliding back through. Do you prefer having him on my
The
tail
gap
to
Tobin
Spriggs?
ahead is increasing. It's now 0.8.
Which is not a comment on either driver, but rather the cars they're driving.
Thank you.
That is Chris
You're locking your right front into turn 3.
Genor. Still not sure how to say his name.
On your right. Clear right.
Genore? I don't know. One of two Cadillacs in the field.
Just ignore him.
I did expect Barker to pull away a little more than this.
We're seeing a bit of wear all round.
Oh yeah, I know. The tires are in rough shape. We'll be below 50% on the fronts.
That's weird. I don't know what happened to my car.
That lap was at 130.49.
Same what happened to me.
Late shift there.
I hope.
Oh, there's something weird. My tires are fine. I'm at 60 something.
On your right. Clear right.
Sean's tires are better than mine. Could mean hards, could just mean the rough is easier on its tires, which would make sense.
Yeah, I'm in the 60s on the front, in the rough.
I think in my my testing sessions, the rough and the P4-5 had the
Every
edge on
time
tire
it's
wear.
like that now.
Minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left.
Still hanging on to a podium. The pace is still holding up. Still doing low 30s. Need to stop screwing that up. I'm so used to going through Castrol Edge in third, but second's just something about going through it in second.
Right side.
Removes the
Hold your line.
temptation.
Clear right.
As Richard makes his
Bad luck,
claim.
Michael. Come on, don't let him get away.
Good move. I really didn't want to force the issue into Slosh Gold there. Stofmeel's up to 10th. Spriggs, Johnston, Glenn Cabas. A little bit of gap back to Sean Kenny. And then it is Mike Stofmeel. Looks like Sean Kenny went off.
Sector 2 is yellow, P4.
Go through in third this time. Avoid that long shift problem.
Let's see how wide you can make this thing. They're faster than us into turn 2. Sector 2 is clear.
I think I saw Johnston and Cabas going side by side back there in the mirror. Yeah. So close to the lead, yet so far. As Tobin has caught Barker. I didn't think that would happen. I respect Tobin as a driver. I have John Barker as a slightly higher class in these cars. Like, it's honestly a car-to-car thing between them. But it just felt like, here at the Red Bull Ring, one, I've seen John Barker do a lot of really good things at the Red Bull Ring. And two, the way he had picked his way through the field, it just seemed like he was, once he hit the front, it would take, you know, someone proper,
You're clear.
proper to catch him. This is a good lap.
Yellow flag.
Putting down a 29.4. Here in the waning days of this race. Chris Genor getting himself disqualified in the pit lane there.
You've got 10 minutes of fuel remaining.
Really need to watch where I take a drink of water like that. It caused me to long shift a little bit. As much as I've fixed a lot of the standard problems you have with drinking in a sim racing rig, I still do have to take a hand off of the wheel. To grab the Camel Pack mouthpiece. Richard DeRoche up in a second. Problem is that, kind of ironically, I have way more faith
Spriggs behind is now
in
1.3 seconds.
DeRoche to be fast, but I also have way more faith in my ability to get past him than I do Tobin. Part of that is probably that DeRoche has like championship aspirations to think about, and I have Mike Stofmeel on my tail. Great.
5 minutes remaining. 5 minutes left.
Ladies and gentlemen on the stream, you're about to see me get embarrassingly overtaken by a man who has made a pit stop in a race with no pit stops.
Car right.
Mike
there.
Stofmeel, everybody.
Still there. Clear right.
With this little time left, I could try to fight him off, but
Don't let him get away.
I'd be giving up my shot at a podium,
The car in front is
which sounds
Stofmeel.
counterproductive. You know, I let Stofmeel through. That's another car between me and the podium. That's a car that can cause some havoc on the three guys holding podium positions right now. And maybe someone who can unlock the Tobin Rosa. The Aratorius Knot. I guess that wouldn't work. It's the
Alright,
Borgen
Michael,
Knot.
the next
So
car
the-
is Tobin, P5. Sector 1 is 0.42 off the pace.
To be honest, I guess it
Sector
would
2 is
just be the
0.2
Tobin Knot.
seconds off the pace. Sector 3 is 0.9 off the pace.
Or the Gordian Knot. Tobian Knot? There we go. That's what I'm going for. Anyways, he got him through. And he's after the top two now. Barker and DeRoche. I've got such problems behind me. Spriggs,
You're front
Cabas,
going into turn 2.
Johnston.
Just keep it smooth. No mistakes.
Kenny's in the
Quicker
mix.
than you entering turn 3.
Car right. Clear right.
Shut that door. Stringer Bell, shut that door. You don't know what I mean by that? Stofmeel's made past Richard and almost into the lead now. If you are unfamiliar with The Wire, there's a YouTube compilation called Stringer Bell Hates Doors.
Stofmeel is leading the race.
Things you do not want to hear. Mike Stofmeel is leading the race.
That lap time was 1:30.36. Just 2 minutes left. 2 minutes to
Man,
go.
if I had not had such a bad first lap, I could still be ahead of Tobin at least. Mind you, maybe things get really different because it's not like I'd be able to run away from Tobin. I mean, if I could, I'd get past him. That's as simple as that. We got 2 laps
flashing
to
red.
Michael, we estimate you've got
Go.
5 minutes of fuel remaining.
Tires should be a little frayed on anyone who's on softs. I can feel the fronts.
Seeing right front locking into turn 3.
Pace is still okay though, actually. But I can definitely feel the fronts starting to be less grippy. It's just not necessarily manifesting in like a horrible performance delta. Still holding off Spriggs, though.
1 more lap to go.
Got it a little too close to Tobin there. I had to adjust not to hit him. I've not honestly been able to get a feel for like where Tobin brakes for that Castrol Edge corner. Final lap. Unfortunately, I think now it's about hanging on to 5th place more so than anything else. Tobin makes a mistake. Unfortunately, he made a mistake that took him on a defensive line. Hooked up on the curb there a little bit.
There's a bit of wear on your right side tyres.
Roush.
That left front will be past its best
Into
soon.
Worker. Oh, it's past his best already, crew chief. 2 turns left.
Track limits. Very little fuel left.
Made a complete hash out of them. Glenn Cabas got past Spriggs.
P5. That's the end of the race. Never mind.
Good result. You might think it could have been more with the pole position and everything. I somewhat disagree. I think like maybe at best I could have stayed ahead of Tobin. But DeRoche and Barker just had too much pace. Tobin was frustrating to overtake once he got past me. And then, of course, Mike Stofmeel is Mike Stofmeel. I mean, I held off Glenn Cabas, John Spriggs, Chris Johnston, Sean Kenny, like very fast drivers, championship contending drivers when Stofmeel isn't around. So there is that. Actually, my knee feels pretty good today, which is surprising. Last time I raced, it felt really, really, really bad.
Woo! Congrats, Mike.
But
Thanks, man.
That is
Mike.
today's race from Red Bull Ring. Probably going to be the
Yes.
highlight of the season because, let's be honest, this is a great track.
Good job, Mike.
And
You guys make it on the softs, all right?
yeah, I made it on the soft
Job.
line.
Yeah, no problem.